Good morning, everybody. Two topics this morning for my weekly video call. The first one will be an update on the Bitcoin. Then the second one, I will show you a couple of charts on Euro-Dollar. First of all, on the Bitcoin. So this chart is pretty interesting. What I show you here is the long-term chart of the Bitcoin since 2011. With, on the low part of the chart, the average true range, which is an average over the last 20 days of intraday volatility. So, to be clearer, 10% shows that the average variation of the Bitcoin on an intraday basis is of around 10%. So, as we can see here, intraday volatility is very high because the average variation over 1 day is more than 12%. And the previous time we saw such a high volatility, as you can see here, was in 2011, 2013 twice, and a peak around 9% in 2015. So overall, in most of these cases, this very high volatility corresponded to significant top on the Bitcoin, which means that the consolidation period, so minus 50% in 1 month, is a lot, but it shows that probably this consolidation period is going to last longer. So my message is don't expect a move back to new highs soon. In the short term, however, I think I made an update, it was on Tuesday, on the Bitcoin in one of my daily reports. Below 10,000, if you're looking for an entry point on the Bitcoin, I think it could make sense to buy a bit of Bitcoin below this level. And by the way, we saw at the middle of this week a very strong recovery from the 10,000 area. So the Bitcoin is becoming oversold after a 50% decline. And any additional weakness below 10,000 could be considered as a trading buy. A risky one, but it could be a trading buy. I wanted also to show you, to discuss about two ETFs that were launched this week on the blockchain. So the first one you see here is Block US. You have the ticker here. This is an actively managed ETF, which means that it's not based on a benchmark. So you have the weightings of the ETFs. So this ETF includes Taiwan Semiconductor, IBM, or NVIDIA. So it's quite interesting. Unfortunately, I don't have historical data on it, but that's definitely something to keep an eye on. The second ETF, which was launched this week, is BLCN US. This one is based on is tracking the Nasdaq Blockchain Economy Index. So you have the chart here of the next Nasdaq Blockchain Economy Index. It started trading in early December of last year, so we don't have a lot of historical data, but anyway, the momentum of this index is pretty good at this stage, although the index has started to underperform the S&P since the start of the year, probably because of the correction of the Bitcoin, which is underway. The other chart I wanted to show you is the Euro-Dollar. So here the Euro-Dollar continues to follow the path I was expecting since a couple of months. So as a reminder, in terms of Elliott wave, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 was my main scenario. So the breakout we saw at the end of last week rather confirms that the bull trend is intact. However, as you know, if you know Elliott waves, I think we are in the 5th wave, which means that it's probably not the good time to buy a Euro-Dollar in the long term. Although I think that the Euro-Dollar can go to 125. Why 125? First, because of on point and figure chart, I have this target. So this is an horizontal target, 125. So you find it here. And at the start of the year, we had a very bullish signal. So I think it was at the end of last year. So between at the turn of the year, So confirming renewed strength after a pause. So from a point and figure chart perspective, euro dollar remains pretty bullish. Why 125, 126? This is very clear on this chart. So although we had a very significant breakout last year on euro dollar, I'm not convinced we're in a new bull market yet. You can see there is a huge resistance line, so linking the peak of 2008, 2011 and 2014. So this resistance line is located obviously in the 125, 126 area. So I don't think it will we will have a breakout above this resistance zone in the, let's say, coming months. Thank you for listening and have a nice day.